Norman, the Silly Slug with the Silly Shell by Sue Hendra. Norman, the silly slug with the silly shell. Norman the slug thought snails were great. "Wow," said Norman, "look at them. They're amazing." But unfortunately, the snails didn't think Norman was great. "Whee! Crash! Norman, you silly slug," they cried, "you've spoiled our fun. This only works if you've got a shell." Norman felt left out. Sadly, he sulked off into the moonlight. "If I only had a shell of my own," he sighed, looking at his reflection. And that's when he had an idea. "Maybe I could have a shell after all," he thought. But finding a shell was not as easy as it seemed. One was too bouncy. One was too noisy. And one was already taken. I see a worm in that apple. Norman needed time to think. Ta-da! A shell! It was perfect. Norman had never been happier. He could join the snails at last. What is Norman using for his shell? That looks delicious. Norman loved being a snail, and the snails loved Norman's silly shell. But the fun didn't last long. Suddenly there was a loud flapping of wings. "Look out! Bird!" cried the snails in panic. "Quick! Slither for your lives, or we'll end up as supper." Uh-oh. But the bird was more interested in Norman's silly shell. It looked delicious. Norman was being carried up, up, and away, higher and higher into the sky. What could he do? Norman did the only thing a slug could do. He made slime. Lots and lots of slime. With a slither and a slather, a slip and a slide, Norman was free. Look at all that slime that he made. But he was falling faster and faster and faster until... plonk! "Norman, are you okay?" asked the snails. "Wow," said Norman, "that was great. I love flying. If I only had wings." See where he landed? On the clothesline next to the underpants. Ta-da! Now Norman has wings. They use the underpants to be his wings. The end.